This is module Comp 7016A, Audiovisual Processing. So first of all, we'll have a look at the module's content. So there are two parts, audio processing and visual processing. So on the audio processing side, first of all, we look at speech signals and music signals mainly. And in particular, we focus on speech signals. So we look to see, first of all, how do humans produce speech? Once we can understand that, we can then start to look at speech recognition. First of all, how do humans recognize speech? And then how can we go about building machines to do that? And that's quite a significant part of the lab classes and also of the assessment. The second part is visual processing. We're now considering visual signals, starting off in a similar way by looking at the human visual system and then looking at how cameras work. And based on that, we look at things such as image identification, understanding what's in an image and how we can track an object in an image. And that really is underpinning visual speech recognition. We need to find a speaker, we need to find where their lips are, and we need to track them. And if we can do that, we can extract features from them and use those features to perform visual speech recognition, or in other words, lip reading. So all of this content, we could really say, is applied machine learning. We are learning the characteristics of audio signals or visual signals in order for us to then be able to classify them into different words or sounds or whatever else we want to try and understand. So looking at, in more detail at that structure, we have 2 hours of lectures each week, 2 hours of labs each week. And there are two of us who teach this module. There's myself, Ben Milner, I'm the module organizer. I teach the audio part. David Greenwood teaches the visual part. And we're both active researchers in audio-visual processing, and we both worked in industry before UEA. So I worked at BT, and David Greenwood, he worked over in Disney in the US. So the assessment, two very practical pieces of assessment, each worth 50%. So there's no exam, no course test. The first coursework is to build an audio speech recognizer to recognize the names of the students on the module. And once you've got that built, the assessment is a practical demonstration of it and then a technical report explaining how you designed, implemented and evaluated it. The second coursework is to build an audio-visual speech recognizer and to test it in noisy conditions where it should be more robust. And we assess this as an oral presentation. So there's no written report. We perform a kind of mini conference and you would deliver your presentation in that. Now, both of these courseworks are paired exercises, so you work with somebody else. We'll give you feedback throughout the lab sessions, and the labs underpin the coursework. So it's a very practical module. It's coursework only, no exam, no course test. But the module is finished by week 12. So the workload is high during the semester, but it's all finished by week 12. So just the kinds of things that you might do in that module. So here's a face, and alongside that face there may be an audio signal, and you may extract audio from that recording, from that video, and extract audio features. In a similar way, you may track the mouth region and extract visual features. And both of those you can subsequently use for classification to try and work out what is that speaker actually saying. So in the assessment, you record your own data, and you might find a scenario like this. So sitting in a room somewhere, and you've got a camera and a microphone, and you're recording yourself or your partner speaking to record the data that we need for the coursework. And one of the challenges is to find where the lips are. Now you might find that it's quite difficult in this scenario, but then you can explore things that may make that easier. You may decide to put lipstick on or some coloured dots on your nose or around your face to make things a bit easier. But it's up to you. So it's a very open-ended module in terms of the assessment. It's up to you to try and experiment with things to find out what works best, what is most robust. And that's the end.